What's up guys, this is Brandon here again at Emerald Coast Pro Plus Detailing in Gulf Breeze, Florida, bringing you a product showcase here at the Detail Review. Alright, so today we're going to be showing off a compound that I'm very fond of. I've been using it for many years. I recently did a compound comparison video and it was one of the product comparisons in there, which is P1 by Clearfinish. Now they make two different types of this, standard P1 and then a P1 Plus. The big difference there is P1 Plus does have a little bit less dusting, so you guys that don't like dust, P1 Plus is a great option, but we're just showing regular P1 today because like I said, I've used it for many, many years and it is a very versatile compound. In my most recent compound comparison video, we demonstrated 3D1 and I talked about the 3D1 style paint correction where you basically go over it with a heavy pad, leave it on, and then swap to a finishing pad, leaving the product on, never wiping, and then finishing off and then doing a final wipe. And I said you could actually do that with many compounds, P1 being one of them. So we finally got a car in that actually shows that how you can do it. So we did it on this Cadillac ATS here. And basically I show in the video where we're doing a one-step correction, and we kind of talk about one steps, like when to do them, when not to do them a little bit. It's really at detailer's discretion, but we kind of went over it with an orange pad. Really wasn't cutting enough, wasn't finishing up enough, but then we went over it with a heavier pad. It got rid of the defects, but kind of micro-marred it. So I just basically demonstrate that one compound, two pad combo to kind of knock it down and finish in one step. So without further ado, check out this video real quick and we'll be right back. All right, so here's a little demonstration on how to speed up your paint correction time. So we've got this Cadillac ATS here. A lot of times people are like, hey, I want to do a one step, I want to try to get it knocked down, yada yada. Everyone's fixated on one step, one step, one step. Well, what you should be more fixated on is total amount of time. So this process will definitely help you speed up your paint correction. So what I did first here is, so this is with just an orange Buff and Shine force pad, and you can see there's still a ton of swirls. Now the paint before obviously is pretty messed up, so it didn't do a bad job. It did clean up the paint, but there's still a ton of scratches. This really, in my opinion, is not acceptable for any sort of one step. You're not really doing much, you know. So that's with just a Lake Country force pad and a heavy compound. What we're showing is P1 today. So it cleans it up, doesn't do a bad job, but it definitely needs more work. So we've then used a Meguiar's microfiber pad, which again, you're trying to do it in one step. You're like, well, I need a heavier pad. I got to get rid of these scratches. You can see it's knocked down the scratches. However, it's micro swirled, which is not good. So we need to follow up with something else. And there's some deep scratches in this car that we're going to do what we can. But you can see that the deep scratches are gone, but there's tiny swirls. And over here, it's the opposite. There's no swirls, but there's scratches. So this panel, I used the 3D1 technique where we use P1 with a heavy fiber cut pad, leave it on, and follow it up with a orange force pad. So I'm gonna demonstrate that for you here. We're gonna do this section of paint so you can see how bad this paint looks. So we're gonna do this real quick, see how it looks. All right, so knock that out real quick. Did the 3D1 style over here, top part of the hood. So again, to reiterate here, we did the Lake Country force pad with P1. It didn't really make too big of a dent. This is what we're dealing with before. This is after one step orange pad, not really sufficient. We go over here to P1 with Meguiar's microfiber pad. Did a good job getting rid of the scratches, however, micro swirled it. Now, the step that I used here was using the cutting pad with P1, leaving it on, and then going over it with the orange pad. So you can see it cleaned it up, definitely gives a higher level of reflectivity and clearness in the finish. You come down here, you can immediately see where it's hazed, and here it looks much cleaner. So we focus right on this area here. And again, all the scratches aren't gonna get gone. This car is in pretty rough shape, like most of them are that come in here. But it's a big difference. So just an example that you can do that 3D1 style with a number of different compounds. P1, I said it's got a lot of versatility, and this just shows that you can do a quicker correction and still finish properly with P1. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little showcase there. Like I said, there was some dialogue there to kind of explain what was going on. But yeah, you know, essentially, you know, part of this video was to show you guys, like, hey, you know, everyone wants to do one step, and I get it. You know, you don't want to spend too much time, you know, paint correcting and spending all this time chasing perfection. But understand that sometimes doing 2 pads and doing a method like this can actually get the job done in the same amount of time, maybe even a little bit faster, and give you a better job to your client, which will definitely help you grow your business. So that was just a quick demonstration of how versatile P1 is when mixed with the right grade of paint. Like I said, there are some cars where you can use a heavier pad with P1 and knock it down in a true 1-step. But this car was one of those scenarios where it had a little bit more defects. We had to go with a heavier pad, kind of mess the paint up just a smidge, and then go over it with another pad to smooth it out. So that 3D1 style correction tactic did work, and can work with many others. Like I said, I just know I've had a lot of great success with this compound. Very versatile, great work time, excellent cut and finishing abilities because of the diminishing abrasives. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like it, give me a comment, throw me a like and subscribe, and check out next week for more updates and new videos, comparison, and product showcases. Thanks.